Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Henry and Susan. Welcome to another podcast. Hopefully, everybody had a good 4th of July day yesterday. It was really nice for us. We were in Las Vegas and was watching the show up there, and that was pretty good. Very, very hot. And today we are talking about what equipment do you need to start a solar panel cleaning business in 2023? So, if you guys have any questions, feel free to go ahead and put them right there in chat, and we will answer all the questions for you and what have you. So, we do have some Spanish speaking here. If you can put it in English, that would be awesome. That way, my Spanish is not too good. Susan's is pretty good, but mine different story
No
there.
bueno.
No bueno. So, but thank you. There you go. Um, so today we want to talk about what equipment you're going to need for solar panel cleaning. We are getting a lot of people that are just basically trying to get into this business on nothing. Talking very little money, and we don't want to sit here and tell people, it's going to cost, very little to start this business. We don't want to get your hopes up too high because um, it just depends what you want to do with your business. There's people out here that will start a business and they are doing five, six, seven different services with the one business. And then there's guys out here that are just doing a couple of services just with the one business itself. So it just depends on you, what you want to start this business with, as far as, do you want to get the top equipment to go out there and buy the top equipment, or do you want to buy the cheaper equipment and just use that just to get by? I hear this a lot. Guys will come in and they'll say, "I want to just be able to start with, this equipment and work my way up." And that's one of the things that is a huge mistake for a lot of people, because they go out here and they do this business, and then all of a sudden it just takes off on them, you know, and then they're not prepared. Or a big corporation will give them a call and say, "Hey, put in a bid for this," and they're unprepared. And then before you know it, we're getting phone calls saying, "How do I bid on this, corporation? How do I do this?" And they're just not prepared. And when you start venturing into thousands of solar panels, instead of 10 or 20 solar panels, it's a huge difference, and you got to charge accordingly to that. So you got to make sure that you charge that customer the right way. There's a lot of competitors out there, that guys that are doing window washing and they're getting into the business. I've seen pressure washing guys get into the business, auto detailing guys get into the business, swimming. Was this pool guys that clean pools are getting into the business now. There's a lot of people that are getting into this business. In 3 years, in 2026, we are expected to be a $1 billion industry as far as solar panel cleaning is concerned. And I was reading that on Consumer USA, where they were talking about solar panel cleaning will be a $1 billion market in 2026, which I know it is. It is growing extremely fast, right? So, um, you know, we want to make sure that you get into this business with the right equipment, whether you are just coming in and using a simple, gas engine or electric engine to go out there and, you know, spray panels down, or using a three-stage system with the customer's faucet to run just a simple water-fed brush uh, that they use for windows. Guys will use that to clean solar panels and start off that way. It's cheap, very, very cheap. Is it the right equipment? No, absolutely not. Maybe for 10 or 20 panels. That's about it. You might as well go get yourself a bucket and a mop at Home Depot and go to work and call yourself a solar panel cleaner if that's the case. Now, um, you know, I always tell people, hey, look what happens. What happens if uh, a a company calls you and says, I need 5,000 solar panels cleaned, and you invested all this money in filtering systems and all this other stuff, and you're not prepared for it. I can't see you using that type of equipment on a solar farm or on carports. Carports is one of the hardest things to go out there and clean, but there's guys out here that are using these brushes, and you ask them how long they have been on that one job, and they'll tell you hours and hours, if not days and days. So you have to be really careful what you are going into when you're getting into this business, because as we do it, we have all the top of the line equipment that we use, and it took us a while to get there. It didn't happen overnight, but it did happen. And so, for us, we built up to that fairly quickly. And when I say fairly quickly, it was within a couple of months when I started this business a little over 3 years ago. I started this business and started using just a 12-inch brush. And I got rid of that real quick. Rick and myself got rid of that thing so fast that, we ended up buying the C1000, purchasing that, and the twins, the counter rotating brushes. We actually purchased that first, and then from there we went to the C1000 and started using that, and been using that ever since. So we'll get to you guys' questions in a minute here. We want to just say hello to everybody real quick. Hello, Hector. Hello, Tara Lynn. All Solar Cleaning Services, Juan. Mark, what's up there, Mark? Petra. Hello, Petra. Um, and yeah, so thank you guys for chiming on in. Don't forget to smash that like button right up on the very left hand corner there. Give us a thumbs up. We really appreciate that. That helps us out with our videos. Anything you want to kind of say as far as anything as far as business is concerned?
It's getting very hot out there.
Yes,
And it's going to get warmer this week at the end of the week. So be prepared when you're out there.
right. You have to be prepared. Heat exhaustion is going to come into, especially with the heat coming in yesterday. Um, we were up in Las Vegas yesterday, and it was 112, um, and it was over 100 degrees at 8 o'clock at night. And so we're back to be back in California, where it was a little cooler over here when we took off this morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, and uh, got here just enough time to get going and do what we had to go do. So, but uh, guys, if you have questions, put it in chat. Ask the questions. We really appreciate that, and then that way we can answer your questions and so forth.
We do have a customer that was asking if the panels will crack when it's so hot and you're cleaning the panels.
Yeah, I mean, it's a valid question. These solar panels will reach a temperature of 186 degrees, and they will get extremely hot. Um, we have a skid that we use a power washer, and it goes and it feeds into 100-gallon tank in our van with deionized water. Uh, and so it actually hits the, say for example, if it's 110 degrees outside, we'll clean the panels. That's not a problem because the water in the van is pretty close to outside anyway. You're, a lot of people have that misconception of us spraying cold water on cold water on a solar panel. It's not what we do. The temperature of the water is usually fairly warm. Um, it's and literally it's hitting those panels at almost the temperature, if not a few degrees lower of what it is outside. So you can easily spray a panel down and it's not going to affect it or crack it or break it or micro cracks or anything else like that. Um, it's when you go out there and you see these guys with buckets of ice and they throw it on something that's extremely hot. Well, obviously it's glass. It's going to break and it's going to crack to the touch. So we don't do that. I mean, ours literally, by the time that it goes through our 300 feet of hose, 300 feet of hose is on the outside anyway. It's been sitting out there. So the hose is pretty warm. So by the time that it actually goes out there and cleans, we don't have a problem cleaning the solar panels and breaking a solar panel or what have you. We don't do that. So and you can feel comfortable with us not going out there and breaking solar panels or cracking them or what have you. So there's people out here that are like I said, they have been calling, trying to start this business, and you just got to make sure that you can go out here and look for the right equipment, start doing your homework, start checking on YouTube and what have you. Take a look at a lot of the videos that people are actually using. Okay, they're either using the C1000 or the J Racenstein brush out there. They're using both. If you look at a lot of the Instagram, and then there's guys out here that are using brush, like a water fed pole and brush. I always try to uh, tell people this: look at the people that have been in the industry, look to find out what they're actually using. If you don't have videos out there that say, make $10,000 in 3 hours solar panel cleaning, and look at the equipment that they're using. If they have a garden hose and they got a scrubber that they're using, do you seriously think that they're making $10,000 a day cleaning solar panels? I mean, a lot of these videos, just look at that. There's a lot of network marketers out here that will put shock and awe thumbnails just to get your attention. How I made $200 in one day, and I mean it's feasible. We make well over that, but it's the things that they use. If you actually look at what they're actually using, you'll see if they've been in this business or have not been in this business. A lot of good things that I like to tell people when they are looking at solar panel cleaning: take a look at all their videos. If their videos started out with them doing one thing and then all of a sudden they're doing another thing, we'll say auto detailing, window cleaning, they're doing, concrete, and then all of a sudden they're in solar panel cleaning. A lot of people are jumping on the bandwagon right now because solar panel cleaning is the new industry for solar. It's been that way for many, many years now. It's still young. There's still a lot of opportunity to go out here and have a business and make money. But what you don't get and what you don't understand, and I want you to hear it from me, is this is a seasonal business. Okay. There is a season for this. a lot of people are not educated when it comes to solar panel cleaning. They're not. They're looking it up, trying to figure out why is the production so low on my solar panels? Why is my bill so high? And you know, a lot of that has to do with frustration. They see their bill like, oh shoot, why is my bill so high? So they'll call the solar companies, and the solar companies are going to sit there and go, have you cleaned your solar panels? No, I didn't know they had to be cleaned. Well, contact a solar panel cleaner, and before you know it, you're getting phone calls, and they're asking you, what do you charge to clean solar panels? And this is where we come out and we educate them. When we talk on the phone, we educate them.
We
Yeah,
do that all the time.
all the time. And so when we go out and we clean, a lot of them will ask, how often should you clean solar panels? Well, we tell them every 6 months, and that's being conservative. you know and the truth and the reality is, just take a look at your solar panels. If they're filthy, if they're dirty, they need to be cleaned. Why wait 6 months? If they're clean, if they're dirty in 3 months, then get them clean. um, Winter is just as important as summertime, and a lot of people don't get that. A lot of people don't understand that just because it's cool that these solar panels are not working, they are working. They do need attention, um, and they do need to be cleaned, even in the wintertime. It's just as important. So if you can get that to your head and say, I want to make 100% productivity every year, all year around, make sure your solar panels are clean all year around. And if you do that, you will be a happy camper when it comes to that. Anything to add to that?
No.
Nothing. No, you have
No.
nothing to say. You were sitting here. Let's get on this. Let's go ahead and get
That
on.
wasn't me.
And
That wasn't you.
hey, let's do our podcast. Let's go.
No.
We got things to tell people, and you
No,
have
I wasn't.
nothing to say.
I was just willing to relax today.
All right.
This guy here wanted to get on the podcast.
Yes, I do, because there's a lot of things that I want to talk about, and we've been getting a lot of people calling us, asking us certain things and what have you. So
what are the
go ahead.
What are the steps in starting up as far as equipment wise?
Well, that's a great question. The first thing you guys should do is,
if you're on a budget. For example, if you're on a budget,
don't get into the business. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to say. If you're on a budget and you're thinking about getting into this business, I'm going to be honest with you. Don't get into the business. This business is going to cost you a lot of money. It is going to cost you a lot of money. And if you don't like what you're hearing, look for another business. It can make you a lot of money at the same time, but let's be real about this, okay? You got to start with the business license. You got to go out there and get that. A lot of people are they're incorporating their business. That costs money. You got to get insurance for the business. That costs money.
You got to get the right vehicle so that you can fit your equipment.
You have to have some type of vehicle to take your equipment or put your equipment in, whether it's a trailer, a van, truck, you name it. That all costs money. Gas costs money. There's a lot of things that cost money for this business itself. And we haven't even got into the equipment yet. Go ahead and find out what's going on. We haven't even got into the equipment yet. And so, that's another thing. Are you buying, a 3-stage system that's for windows, and you got skinny tubes out there with the water fed pole that you're going to use and hook up to a customer's tap? Okay, then you can do that, but are you prepared to do the bigger jobs? And I keep coming back to the bigger jobs. because in the reality, when it gets hot, you just don't have residential calling you. You have commercial calling you. You have industrial calling you. We just got called a couple days ago to do carports, a whole bunch of carports, and so we're we got to make time for our carports to get that done, along with our residential, our bird proofing, and all that. So all that takes time. Now, you can go out there and start small. That's not a problem. Or you can go out, you can buy the Racenstein brush, you can buy the C1000. That's going to cost you money, right off the top. So we haven't even got into marketing yet. We haven't even got into advertising yet. Those budgets right there, at least 10% of your money that you make should go directly back into marketing. Whether you're doing a website, whether you're doing just ads, or what have you. I see guys out here on Instagram. I see guys on TikTok, Facebook, putting ads out there, Google ads out there. That all costs money.
The skids that Mark has, whatever vehicle you take to him, he will help you to see if it'll fit in your commercial car that you're using. And if it doesn't fit, then he'll probably redirect you on what you can do to make it fit, right?
Yeah. She's talking about,
or what other options?
Well, we had a gentleman contact us. He met us at a job, and he had a car, and he was looking to get into the solar panel business, but the car was not made for the equipment that Mark had. So I referred him to Mark to say, go ahead and go to Mark, see what he can do for you, and go from there. Obviously, the DI tanks weren't going to work in his small car, but he had a certain budget that he was working on and working with, and when people tell me their budgets, they're like, that's not even going to get you a month in this business, but they want to start right away. They want to go out there and, let's start making money. Let's start doing this. Let's start buying this and start doing this. But they don't have a clue what they're doing. And this is where a lot of people get in trouble, because they don't know what to price. They don't know their competition. They don't know anything like that. First thing I do is when somebody calls me that's interested in solar panel cleaning and they're asking for advice, the first thing I ask them is, who's your competition? And usually it's, I don't know. But that's the first thing that you should find out. I know who my competition is. I got 60 other guys here in LA doing solar panel cleaning. So I know my competition, and I know it well. Luckily we have lots and lots of great reviews. We have lots of things where we're on top on most cities here. So people are able to find us and call us. And come summertime, we just, we're getting calls. We booking jobs yesterday. It was the 4th of July. We were open. We stayed open. Even though we were in Las Vegas, we took appointments and we booked them 2 weeks out. And when you're in this business, does that phone ever stop ringing?
No.
Do we have to not? What happens if we don't answer that phone?
There's customers that leave a message, and when we get to the call, we'll call them back.
I know, but
if not, we answer the phone, because if not, then they will try somewhere else.
Exactly. What are they going to do if we don't answer that phone? Where are they going to go? I've had people that call us. We were in Vegas and they called us and they're asking us about bird proofing. Call them right back and go, we got somebody else. Okay, thank you. And that was fine. But see, it's the impatience of a lot of people, because now it's like, it's really hot. I got to get this clean. And I said this months ago when it was raining. I said, get ready, guys, because it's going to hit. And when it gets hot, everybody's going to be calling. And guess what? I was right. And I'll tell you right now, your second wave, what you guys should be looking for is if there are fires and there's a lot of smoke, there's going to be a lot of ash. And if there's a lot of ash, there's going to be a lot of bad productivity on your solar panels. And guess what? People are going to call you as soon as these fires start and what have you. We were coming home, like I said today, and we looked at the LA basin, and literally you couldn't see anything. It was so bad,
The
full of
air quality was bad because of the fireworks the night before.
it was very bad. I mean, it was orange, and you couldn't see anything. And I was like, yeah, if this isn't affecting the solar panels, I don't know what is. And we already know when there's a lot of smoke, there's bad or poor productivity, and people are going to call you. So if there's a lot of fires that come up during the summer, which there will be, it happens every single year. There's more growth this year. There's more weeds out there. There's more brush out there. There's going to be more fires, and they're going to happen. So be prepared for that. Let's answer some questions while we're here. So if anybody has any questions on the topic that I talked about or that we talked about, go ahead and just put it in the chat, and we'll say hello to everybody. So we said hello to Hector. Hello, Hector Pacheco. Tara Lynn. Hello, Henry and Susan. And All Solar Cleaning Services. Hello, Mr. Henry and Miss Susan from All Solar Cleaning Services in Central Florida, Orlando, Florida. And pressure washing. Mark, what's up there? What's up, you two? Petra, hi, hello, Petra. AM says, I did not forget about you two, Petra. Just got home. There is
Petra says there's nothing wrong to start with your leased equipment for small jobs. Once you get the money, you buy the brushes.
Yeah, Petra, I'm going to tell you right now, it's all fine, but I'm being honest. There are people out here that are just have simple stuff, and they're charging $80, $70 to clean solar panels, and we're seeing them drop like flies, and they wanted to get into this business. And you're right, there's absolutely nothing wrong with starting out with some simple stuff, but what I'm talking about is budget. If you don't have a budget, if you cannot survive during the off season, then your business is going to fail. Period. That's all I'm saying. Equipment, they can buy the cheapest equipment, go out there, they're just going to work as hard. They're going to work twice as hard. They're going to be out there a lot longer. They're going to be out in the sun, 110-degree weather. Instead of them being out there for 10 minutes, they're going to be out there for an hour and a half to 2 hours with just the simple stuff. So I would rather be out there in 10, 15 minutes and get out, clean those panels, get out, be done, and instead of 2 hours. Same thing with bird proofing. Bird proofing is a lot of work. You could be up there for hours. If you don't know what you're doing, you could be out there for a lot of hours. So my point is make sure you have the right equipment, because it all comes back to this, guys. If you have the cheapest equipment and a corporation calls you and says, I need 500 solar panels clean, are you going to be comfortable with the equipment that you have to clean 500 solar panels by next week? Because they're looking for somebody and they're looking for them now. Or you're going to be comfortable if you have, a rotating brush or a robot or the right equipment to go out there and clean it and say, oh, I'm comfortable. I feel comfortable going out here and cleaning 10,000 solar panels. Not a problem. So just depends. What else?
Aaron Lee wants to start up in Florida.
What's up there, Aaron Lee? First time I've seen you on here. I'm trying to start up in Florida. No problem. There's a few guys out here in Florida that have their own solar panel cleaning business, yeah, just ask the questions. You're here. Go ahead and ask the questions. What questions do you have? And maybe we can answer them on this live podcast. What's up there, Angel? Gives us 2 thumbs up. Hello, what's up? And then AM Pressure Washing, Mark says, drink water, drink water, drink water. Yep, lots of water. Petra says, I have all the equipment, even the robot. I just did a large job with the twins because it was the safest way on a 3-story building. Okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad that you were able to do a 3-story building. Those are very slim to none, unless it was commercial or something. But that's a lot of work. A lot of work. Hector says, where can I buy the right brush? That's a great question. What is your budget? That's the question that we want to talk about. What is your actual budget for brushes? Because brushes can run very, very expensive, and you can get the less expensive brushes out there. Just depends what you're looking for. You can give me a call, and I will be more than happy to help you out. I think Susan went ahead, gave you the number to give us a call. AM Pressure Washing says a lot of fake media. Do your homework, and this is what I'm talking about, Mark. Is you can go on to anybody, say for example YouTube, okay, and you just happen to be searching solar panel cleaning. Find out how many videos this person has. Find out how long they've been in the business. Find out what they're using. That all in details in their videos. Just take a look at their videos, and it will tell you: are they using a pole, a water-fed pole, and saying clean 10,000 solar panels in 3 minutes? Something stupid or crazy like that. Because you got guys out there that are very good at marketing or shock value and getting you to watch the video, but they don't give you the information that you need. There's a lot of guys out here making YouTube videos on solar panel cleaning that talk and say, have a title that says, how I could accurately quote a job. But they don't tell you how you quote the job. And you watch the video, and guess what? There's nothing in there that says how they quoted that job. They just tell you what they're trying to tell you. I'm just using that as an example. So watch the videos and see and learn from there, and you'll find out who is an expert in the solar panel field and who is not. There's a lot of guys out there that are copycats. They go out there and they put these videos up on there, but they don't really give you value. And this is why we're here. We're giving you value. So you want to take this call? All right. Our business keeps going. Like I said, it doesn't matter if we're doing a YouTube video or what have you. We're still out here doing our business. So we still got to answer the phone. So Susan went out, answered the phone real quick, and what have you. Let me see. Lewis, what's up there, Lewis88? Thank you for being a super duper fan. He's got the blue star right next to him. Thank you for being a super duper fan. Hey, Susan and Henry, what's going on? All solar cleaning services, CPA, website, car, insurance, etc. Things that you need for this business. Yeah, that's just some of the things that you need. Petra also says, we use 3 tanks, the red, the yellow, the white, the best for us. Awesome. Thank you, Susan, for the props. Mark, she's in the back answering the phone, probably taking an appointment. Hector says, thanks. What's up there, high and low pressure washing? Hello from San Antonio, where it's super, super hot right now. And Angel, hi from Puerto Rico. What's up there, Angel? Everybody have a great evening. Just had the family drop in and out of town. Catch you on the next show. We'll see you, Mark. Have a good one. Hector says the C1000. Absolutely. Uh, what is the price for service basis? Angel, give us a call. We don't discuss prices on YouTube. That's one of the things I don't do. So give me a call. We'll give you all the prices you want when it comes to the brush, the C1000, and we'll be able to take care of you on that. Okay. Um, so a lot of guys will come in this business and they like I said, they go out here, they'll think of a name, they'll put it out there, and before you know it, they're out there doing jobs for dirt cheap. And like I said, these guys will not last. You got to remember, if you're going out there and you're doing solar panel cleaning for $50, $70, $80, if you're doing it for that price, that is called a one-off. You will never get a second job again as a customer from that same customer. And so I'll tell you the reason why. Because they're working in 110-degree weather. Gas is $4.50 a gallon on up, $4.20 a gallon on up. And they're charging $70, charging $80, and they're going out there and they're spending an hour, maybe an hour and a half, cleaning your solar panels. And if there's two of them, they got to split that money because obviously the other guy's not working for free. And so, did they really make any money cleaning these solar panels? No. You got to sustain your business. You got to charge accordingly. I always say, charge what you're worth. If you can't charge what you're worth, then you're not going to last in this business. And the reason why I tell customers, if you catch somebody and they say they're going to clean your solar panels for $50, $80, they're probably not insured. They probably don't have the right equipment. They're probably using the wrong stuff, or it's not, or they're very inexperienced when it comes to solar panel cleaning. They could be doing window washing and doing that as an add-on for a service. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's not their expertise. That's not where they go out there and they get that stuff and clean panels and clean it correctly. And so, you want to make sure that you get somebody out there that's going to clean your solar panels and clean them correctly. I use the C1000. I use equipment that's specifically made for solar panels. And I will clean your panels 5 to 10 times. This is no joke, no lie. Every time we clean solar panels, we clean them at least 5 to 10 times to get them brand new. There's a reason for that. Not because it doesn't take bird poop off the first pass. It does. I've proven that in other videos. We do that because we clean solar panels so fast and we charge what we charge. And if people sit there and go, well, you charged me X amount of dollars and you only here 10 minutes. Well, our brush did the job. Our brush was a lot of money. And that's what we're using. We're using equipment that is specifically made for solar panels. Now, if they understand that and they get that, then they would understand that we use the right equipment for it. Deionized water is not cheap. That costs money. That's all we use. We don't use no soaps, no detergents, nothing. We use deionized water. That's it. That's all we need to clean solar panels. Period. And if we're able to do that and go out there and say, here's the before pictures and the after pictures, the after pictures really, really show the difference. Am I correct when I say that?
Yeah, you're correct.
I mean, unbelievable what these pictures, when we take them and we show the customer, and they're like, wow, what a difference between night and day, and what have you. So Hector says C1000, absolutely. Angel, what is the price of service basic? Oh, for service basic. Oh, the price. You're in Puerto Rico. It could be totally different in Puerto Rico than it can be in Los Angeles or it can be in Florida. There's guys out here in Florida that charge a lot of money. To me, I think it's a lot of money, but they're still getting the business. I mean, I'm proud of them. They're charging a lot and they're getting the work. So it's totally different from the East Coast to the West Coast. There's guys in Texas that are charging, you know, mid range, and then there's guys up north that are charging less than guys here in Southern California in some cases. So it just depends in your area. JC, can I buy the C1000 from you? Give me a call. Let's not talk about it. Let's do it. Call me. Susan's going to go ahead and leave you our number. And if you're serious about it, I have one that I was going to sell today. The guy backed out. And so it's here, ready to go. And, but, it happens. There's guys that are serious about it and the guys not serious about it. And we talked about that today, right? So, you know, I have literally invited people over to our jobs and showed them how it worked, have them get up on the roof, test it, used it, and they loved it. Then, there's guys out here that will come out and they'll try to um, come out and see it while it's working. And it's hard for me to do because I have customers that I have to deal with, and I'm trying to do a work, but at the same time, I'm showing off the C1000, and that's part of the game. I mean, you know, that's one of the things that I'm going to do. I'm a distributor. I go out there, I sell these, so I got to show them, and that's not a problem. Um, James Smith says, "What's considered too high or too low?" What are you talking about, James? Are you talking about equipment? Are you talking about pricing? What are you talking about? Let me know. Expand on that question, and go from there. So, um, like I said, I don't like to really go throw prices out there, guys. You have to remember, I'm on YouTube. We're on YouTube. If we went ahead and we said what we charge, our competitors, they're watching, and that would ruin our business. So I don't want to go out there and give specifics when it says what we charge, whether especially for like bird proofing. We get a lot of bird proofing. We get a lot of jobs, and that's because nobody knows our price other than the customer. We go out to the customer's home. We go out, we inspect, we look, and we figure out exactly what needs to be done, what material to order, how many square footage is out there. We go out there and take a look. There's guys out there that will just give a price right over the phone. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Um, we went to a job a while back, and they told us how many panels. I think it was like 38 panels. We gave them a price, and we should have charged them double after all the dead birds and the bird feces that was up on the roof that we ended up getting taken out, and it was 110 degrees that day at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I had 5 guys up there working, and I should have charged a lot more. So I never, ever since then, I was like, okay, we got to do. There's certain things that we have to do um, in order to price right when it comes to that. So yeah, James Smith, the first time I've seen you on here. So if you can expand on that, and maybe we can answer that question because I don't know what you're asking for. Um, so things that you need to start this business is a business license. You got to go out there and get your business license and insurance, full coverage, full coverage insurance. You got to get that. Those are the two things that you have to get first. Then a bank account. and make sure that you have a business bank account, and then you start promoting your business as soon as you get Google verified. If you want to get Google verified, then next comes a website. Make sure you have a website that people are going to be able to go to, take a look, and say, "Oh, okay, I'm going to go take a look at this guy's website. Oh, I took a look at it, and there you go. Oh, it's pretty professional, pretty good." Um, then you have to have access to a number, um, and so forth. Francisco Javier, what company is a good one for insurance, or who do you have insurance through? Um, I have insurance through a guy in Lake Elsinore. Mark and myself use the same guy for our insurance. If you're in California, I'll give you his information. Just go ahead and see my number. Text me at my number right there, to 909-552-1381, and I'll send you his information. If you're here in California, if you're not, I can't help you. You're going to have to go look for a commercial insurance company and get general liability insurance. That's what you're going to need, and auto insurance. You're going to need auto commercial insurance. There's a lot of things that that you're probably going to need in order to get be legit in your particular area. So make sure you have that. All right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, and make sure you get insurance on your equipment.
Good point. Make sure that you have equipment
your wrap.
insurance. And we learned the hard way when our couple of our guys wrecked the van, and he's in the Central Valley. Yeah. So if you're in the Central Valley, just text me, Francisco. I'll go ahead and get you the. I'll send you over his information, and you have him, give him a call. Tell him Henry sent you, and he'll take care of you. So, where was I?
You get insurance on your equipment
So
and your wrap.
we ended up had some employees, and they wrecked the van. And when they wrecked the van, they smashed the back end. We had to get the whole back end replaced, and we found out that the
insurance
wrap did not cover
was not covered.
the insurance because that was an aftermarket thing, they said. So we went ahead and called the insurance and canceled that, and then we went with another company that I'm
To have
gonna.
a separate insurance for the wrap of your
But
vehicle.
then he told me, yes, you got to have a separate insurance, and the first insurance company didn't tell me that, so I didn't even know at that point. But I did find out the hard way, and after they fixed it, it was all done. I canceled the insurance and went somewhere else, and been with them ever since. JC, would a 2200 psi electric pressure washer cut it for the C1000? Yes, no problem. Don't care if it's electric or gas. 2000 psi will cover it, no problem at all. So, answer to your question is yes. The C1000 will run off of 1800, 1900 psi. And the more psi you have on it, the faster it's going to spin. So, there's some things out there like the Racenstein twins that they use. If you use too much pressure, that will burn out a hose, or that will fry the twins because they're spinning so fast. We've had that happen to us, and hoses were hard to replace because it was an Italian-made company, and the thread that they actually use for the hoses is not an American-made thread, so it's hard to go out and replace those hoses unless you can find somebody who can do it. We found somebody, and it cost us just for four hoses about 7 inches long, $150, and they had the special make them for us. And after that, I sold the twins. After that, so but yeah, it just depends. Yeah. Anything else you want to kind of cover on this?
Uh, there was, but I forgot.
You forgot.
My mind went blank.
Your mind went blank.
My mind went blank.
Was that a customer that called?
No, it was actually somebody asking about Henry's blueprint and starting up his own business.
Oh, okay.
So I told him to give Henry a call and text him his information. That way
Yeah.
Henry can call him.
Yeah. So if you want the blueprint, I have the blueprint on my page right here. You have to be a super duper fan for
He is.
that. So if he's a super duper fan, all they have to do is contact me. I send him the blueprint. He has it. He'll get it through the email, and he will have it.
Oh, I
So-
remember what I was going to talk about. Have you seen a lot of videos of people going really slow when washing solar panels?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there are a lot of bad videos out there. When it comes to people cleaning solar panels, I mean, I'm sorry. I've been doing this a long time. I get up there, I do them pretty fast, but there are guys out here that clean solar panels and they waste a lot of water, especially if they're using a rotating brush and they're barely just moving that thing. And it's just, I mean, there's 2 gallons, 3 gallons a minute in some of these videos that you actually see these guys using certain types of brushes. I've seen brushes that pump out 4.5 gallons a minute, and they're just extremely slow, and you just see a lot of water just pouring out. And I cringe every single time because um, I know how much water they're wasting. Yeah, so
For example, for 40 panels, how long does it take you to clean them?
10 minutes.
Going over them 5 or 6 times.
Okay. Well, going over them one time is 10 minutes. Going over them again is another 5 minutes. Literally 40 panels for me. So once they're cleaned the first time, second time, third time, I'm going quicker and quicker and quicker because I really don't need to be up there that much more longer. It's
The setup takes longer than cleaning the panels.
right, but it's customer satisfaction for me. For me, it's like, okay, I want to make sure that's all clean. I want to make sure that everything is done. You get a lot of tree sap, a lot of that stuff, and I'll go over it with my C1000, and it'll get it off. And it doesn't. I'm telling you, I don't care if it's the Racenstein brush or the C1000. Tree sap is very, very hard to get off. Of solar panels. Sometimes it may take 2 spins or three times to go over them before they finally it's gone. And that's what I pay attention to. I pay attention to a lot of that. So a customer called me today, set up an appointment for us for a week and a half down the road, and one of the things he asked was, "Do you get tree limbs out between the
Branches.
the branches between the solar panels?" I said, "Yeah, if I see anything like that, that's the first thing I'm going to do is get all that out. And once we get those out, if there's anything underneath, we get that stuff out too. We try to. Um, I have done it. I did a video the other day in Mission Viejo where they had big palm trees, the leaves underneath the solar panels, and I took about 4 of those out from underneath the solar panels. So you do that while you're doing your inspection anyway. You should and take that out. So another thing you're going to also need for this business is a DBA, doing business as. You want to make sure you have a DBA name out there and get that done. EIN. Do you know what an EIN is?
No.
Okay, EIN is a federal identification number, and it's your employer identification number, and you need that for business. So you can, if you go to the bank and say you're going to open up a business account, then you're going to need several things. You're going to have your business license. You're going to have a EIN number, okay? And that EIN number is your employment identification number. I like to use Dun and Bradstreet and open up uh, a, a DNB account because that's for your business, and that helps out quite a bit. So, can you answer that? And see, DBA, also a seller's permit. If you are selling anything, if you're selling anything, then you can go out there and get a seller's permit and use that. That's a California, that's a state seller certificate, and that's there for them to charge you taxes on and keep records of taxes for a seller permit. So definitely, if you're selling like myself, I sell a lot of things here. The C1000, I sell the robot, I sell bird proofing material. So I have to keep all those for my taxes and make sure that that's in record. So, um, do you need a contractor's license to clean solar panels? That's what somebody asked me this week. No, absolutely not. You do not need a contractor's license to clean solar panels. And you heard that from me. And if you don't believe me, then you're going to go to the Department of Consumer Affairs, and you're going to go under cslb.ca.gov, and it's right there in writing, and Contractor State License Board. And if you are selling solar panels, working on solar panels, then you need a contractor's license when it comes to the state. And I'm going to read this off to you because this is part of my training. This was part of something that I put notes on, and all these notes, I'm going to read this to you guys for that, because there's a lot of people asking. So if you're interested in in other words, if you're going to work on solar panels, you're going to install them, what have you, you do need a contractor's license. Okay, that's the C46 state license. The C46 state license is basically for solar contractors. I'm going to read this to you. This is on the website. It's under Title 16, Division 8, Article 3, Classification. A solar contractor that installs, modifies, maintains, and repairs thermal and photovoltaic solar energy systems, a license certified in the section, shall not undertake or perform building or construction trades, crafts, skills, except when required to install a thermal solar energy system. That is the only time you need a contractor's license. So let me put that in perspective for you. Say you're changing out a micro inverter, or you're installing micro inverters. Yes, you need to have a contractor's license. To maintain is basically you are checking all the equipment. If any equipment has to be changed out, you need a contractor's license. If you're doing an install or taking off, you need a contractor's license to do that. To clean solar panels, it is not required. You do not need a contractor's license to clean solar panels here in the state of California. I can tell you that. We looked it up. We've talked to these guys out here. We specifically asked because it's a touchy subject. There's a lot of bad information out there on YouTube where guys are saying you need a contractor's license, which is all bullshit. You don't need a contractor's license. Okay. You're wasting your time, you're wasting your money. If you are really want to know, call the state of California, go to the contractor state license board, call them personally, tell them exactly what you do, and you'll get the answer for yourself, just like we did. You do not need a contractor's license to clean solar panels. Been doing this for years, guys. We do commercial. We do corporations, Fortune 500 companies. And none of them require a contractor's license because it's not required by the state of California. So hopefully that helps you. All right. Big Jim, what's up, Big Jim 909? Hey there. Now the DBA confuses me. I have an LLC, so I also need a DBA. Why? What? And why is this? Thanks. No. Don't get me wrong. A DBA is your business license. Under your business license, they're going to ask you doing business as. That's a DBA. So when you go out there and you apply for a bank account, a commercial bank account, there's two questions they're going to ask you. What's the name of your company? My company is SoCal Solar Panel Cleaning Company. What's your DBA? My DBA is my corporation, SoCal Solar Panel Cleaning Company, LLC. That's doing business as. So you can have two different names on there. You can have your company name and your DBA name, and that's for your business license. And that's what you need to take, say, for the bank, because the bank is going to want to know that. Articles of corporation, if you have a C Corp, an S Corp, they're going to want to know your DBA. Duns and Bradstreet, for credit, credit monitoring, credit, they're going to want to know DBA. Any other companies out there that want to check on your business, they're always going to ask you, what is your DBA? And it's just doing business as. It's short term for doing business as. Okay? Hopefully that helps you. What's up there, John? John Delwin says, how do you quote commercial projects? Man, if I told you what I quoted, I'd be out of business. I would not. There's so many people here on YouTube wish they knew how to quote commercial. I do have training for that. If you really want to know prices, take my course. My course is me doing a one-on-one with you through Zoom. So if you're in Puerto Rico, John, I would do a one-on-one Zoom with you for 20 hours. And you just sign up for my course. I'll send you a invoice. You pay that invoice. As soon as you pay it, we get to work, we get started, and I'll show you how to do commercial accounts. I have a lot of people that come out and
commercial accounts out there might be different than out
no,
here.
commercial accounts are commercial accounts,
Really?
babe. There's nothing different about it. Okay. James Smith, how can I get the course? Susan's going to put in my phone number one more time. Guys, just call me and I will. Okay, so let me explain the course to you real quick. I don't put the course out on the web anymore. I have people that have stolen my information, and luckily I didn't give them all my information. So I do a one-on-one training with you for 20 hours. And you can go as long as you want, take an hour at a time. It goes totally up to you. I charge a flat rate for it. And so when I do that, you pay the invoice. I'll send you an invoice. Once you get that invoice and you pay it, I put you on the calendar and we do Zoom calls just like if we were doing it right now. And you can ask me any questions you want. We go over all my notes, all my paperwork, everything. We go over it one-on-one. So only you receive that information and nobody else receives that information. Each person is different. Some people want training in residential. Some people want training in commercial. Some people want training in industrial. So a lot of people don't know the difference between prices of commercial and industrial. There's two different prices that I target. And if you get them confused, one could be more than the other, and the other one could be, more than the other. So you don't want to have that happen. This is why we do one-on-one training. I need to know what you're targeting. Are you targeting commercial, which is going to be rooftop, which is going to be carports? They're all different prices. So we charge per panel on every single one of those. Residential, we don't charge per panel. We charge a flat rate. But when it comes to commercial, we charge per panel. Some areas will charge a lot more. So, prices could be very high and prices could be very low. It just depends what type of equipment that you have. This is where we go one-on-one on our training and so forth. Susan went ahead and put down the number for you, James, John, and Hector. So if you guys can text me, you can call me, even after the show. Give me a call. It's still early over here. It's only 6. So give me a call after the show and we can talk and get all your information, and I'll send you some invoices, and if you want it, take it. If it's something for you, then use it. So like I said, each person is different. Anything? What else? Nothing else?
No, I think a lot of people are still kind of, trying to get back in the swing of things after the long holiday.
Oh my goodness.
And getting back from vacation and resting up and
yeah. It was a good vacation. We went ahead and took 4 days off, and now back to work tomorrow. Full day for the rest of the week. Full day all next week. It's all full. And so we're scheduling out the 21st.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about the 21st we're scheduled out. So people are still calling us every single day, so which is a good thing. So, and that's where you guys need to be. You guys need to be where that phone is ringing, they're calling you, and if they're calling you, you're making money. If they're not calling you, then you got to do something different, and hopefully that helps. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I think we're going to call it an early day today. There's a lot of people out here still on vacation, 4th of July, traveling home. Be safe. Make sure that what have you, Stop the Sickness says, do not work if it's over 100 degrees.
That's why we start early.
I work even if it's over 100 degrees, but that's me. We schedule out all day long. So we can have 5 jobs a day, 6 jobs a day.
But we take the necessary.
You got to take the precautions. Cover up. Make sure that you sunblock, wear long sleeve shirts, wear a hat, plenty of water, get fluid, just a lot of fluids. The panels won't break. No, they're not going to break. Stop the sickness. I discussed this earlier in the podcast. We work in 104-degree weather. We clean solar panels at 12 in the afternoon, at noontime, when the sun is straight up on those panels. We are not putting cold water on these panels. When the water hits the solar panels, it's almost the temperature of outside. So it will not break solar panels. There's a lot of misconception out there. When we clean commercial, we clean 5,000, 10,000 solar panels in a day. We work from 6 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night sometimes. cleaning solar panels. Don't care how hot it is. It's got to be done, and it won't break the solar. It will stop the sickness. The panels won't break unless you get a bucket full of ice on 110-degree weather and decide to go ahead and just pour it on there, and it's going to shatter. That way it'll shatter. But we, as solar panel cleaners, we use this equipment where I have a 100-gallon tank sitting in my van, and the water, you can literally stick your hand in there and it's really warm. By the time that it gets out to the 300 feet of hose onto the solar panels, it's almost the temperature of outside anyway. Thank you for all the hearts. Appreciate you guys with the hearts. It's just something that I just noticed, guys, on this. Don't forget to smash the like button for us, please. We really appreciate everybody getting onto our podcast. Thank you for the hearts, the 100s. I still got to figure out what that means, but I'm old school. So, yeah, you probably know.
No, I know what it is.
Yeah, well, share the wealth. So thank you guys for the thumbs up. We really appreciate that. And thank you guys for sticking around for an hour and 11 minutes. We will catch you guys next Tuesday. It's going to be a long day next Tuesday. We'll probably be...
if we don't do it next Tuesday, we'll do it the following day.
The following day, either Wednesday or something. But
Yeah.
James, I got your text message. Thank you very much. Went ahead and got your text message here. So we'll check it out. John, any of the other guys that want to send me a text on my courses, on my course, just send me a text. My phone number is right there. All right, guys. With that being said, thank you guys from Henry and Susan. We really appreciate you guys chiming in. We will catch you guys on the next video. You guys have a good remaining 4th of July.
After 4th of July.
After 4th
Break.
of July. But we'll catch you guys soon. See you guys on the next podcast. See you guys. Peace.